It's kind of crazy just how fast things can change. What's going on, everybody? Welcome on back to the channel. And if you're reading that title, yeah, it's official. My Hero Academia is officially ending in 5 more chapters. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5 more chapters. Um Horikoshi, weren't you talking about like an extended epilogue, to like wrap everything up and like really make it a satisfying ending? Because you talk about how like after a really big war arc or something like that, like all these other mangaka like kind of like wrap up everything really quickly, and you're like, I don't want to do that for my series. We're gonna go a little longer. We're gonna make this like well drawn out, and everything's gonna like wrap up nicely. Yeah, no, that was a lie. That was a lie, huh? Yeah, so we're done in 5 chapters now. That's crazy to me because, dude, how are you gonna wrap this up in 5 chapters? Like this series has already fallen so far that honestly, I'm just excited to see what Horikoshi does. Like, I already know that we're gonna have Deku being quirkless. It's just a matter of time. I see it now. I see the final chapter now. We're gonna just jump off base. Like, we're gonna go little off base here. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen in this final chapter. What the final shot will be. I can see it now. All right. Deku just gets off his shift at work because he's quirkless, but then you see him start to run, and in a homage to the first chapter, you see him look up, and it's Bakugo fighting a villain because him and Bakugo are such great friends, and if he can't be a hero, he's just glad that his hero dreams can live on in Bakugo. Bro, that sounds terrible. It sounds like trash, but it's something that I can see Horikoshi doing for this final chapter, man. Because like the remnants of One for All are fading away, right? Like we have, as far as I know, we have not seen any way in which Deku can have a quirk by the end of the series. Like the way he's setting it up, Deku is going to be quirkless. So unless Shigaraki gave him something in that final fist bump, which at this point I don't think he did, I think I've lost hope in that. I think Deku is going out quirkless, and that's so disappointing to me because Deku was one of my favorite protagonists, man. Like I loved like how resourceful he was with his quirk. So to see it get taken away from him now, like we've already had this kind of like bait and switch before in the movie where he gave up his quirk, man. We already had this before. Like, I don't know why we did it again. Like, why can't Deku just keep his quirk? Why did he have to give it up? I don't like. I get why he had to do it, but man, it's just, in my opinion, it's a terrible writing choice. I didn't like it. I didn't like how I didn't like how Horikoshi executed it. I thought it was trash at the end of the day, and his hero moment, terrible. I still think it's bad, but that's a video for another day. Uh, at this point, too, I just feel bad for Dabi because Dabi was one of my favorite characters, man, and I wish bro just got to die like hating his family, because if you think about it, he has valid reason to hate them. Like Endeavor did put him through the ringer emotionally and mentally, and it's still never really fully addressed for Dabi. Like, yes, it's addressed somewhat by Shoto, but not really. Like, I don't know, man. Like, because now we got Dabi, like, in the final shot of the most recent chapter, we have Dabi, it looks like, on a ventilator. So they're selfishly keeping him alive for their own, to keep the image of the Todoroki family intact. And I just, I don't know why Horikoshi is so reluctant to permanently take out a character. Sure, he did it with Shigaraki, but like that just didn't hit right. And like he'll take out like fodder characters that don't mean anything, but when it comes to like main characters like Dabi, he's not going to do it. He won't do it. But if it's a female character, he'll take them out. Like I think Toga's clapped. I don't think Toga's coming back, man. Like there's 5 chapters left. We have heard nothing about Toga. I think Toga's dead. I think she died off screen, and that's just gonna be it for Toga. But that's neither here nor there. Oh my god. All in all, I'm interested to see how Horikoshi wraps this up. But man, is this series going out with a whimper as opposed to like a thunderous applause for me? Because when I got into this series, when we were at like when I got into it, I just got caught up to the anime in season 3, and then I moved to the manga. And when I got to the manga, we were at My Villain Academia, I believe. And that was some of the best stretch of like manga I've ever read. Still to this day, My Villain Academia is one of the best arcs I've ever read in manga. So to see how rapidly the series fell apart after that, it honestly kind of hurts. I feel hurt by it because this was like one of my first big like anime and manga that I ever really got into. So not only was it the first one that I fell in love with, but it's also the first one that showed me pain, that a series that when it takes everything that made it good and they just throw it away. That that's pretty much the grand scheme of things. My Hero had so many things that I loved, but they just Horikoshi just threw it all away, in my opinion. But yeah, My Hero Academia is ending in 5 chapters. I'm intrigued to see how this ends. I'll be back in 5 chapters now to when this series wraps up, and that'll be my final thoughts on My Hero as a whole. And I can finally close this chapter of my life. I thought this was going to be a little bit longer before I made that video, but it's rapidly approaching now. Only 5 more chapters, and I can close this chapter. All right, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. But also, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you happy that the series is ending in 5 chapters, or do you think, like me, it probably could have gone on a little longer? And I personally think like Hori could have salvaged it if he went a little longer, but that's neither here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.